Hello everyone, it's me, Jeremiah here, and today in this video, me and a couple of co-commentators are going to be discussing the topic as to characters that we personally think needs to be or deserves to be or should be in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2, which hopefully we hope that PlayStation All-Stars gets a sequel to, and it will be coming to the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Vita. Well, possibly the PlayStation Vita, because, you know, hardware limitations and such. So, without further ado, let me start off by introducing StatMac35 and Fred. So, Deandre, you go on first. Fred, you go second. So, go ahead.
What's up, everybody? StatMac35 here.
And?
Hello there, I'm Fred from 17M.
Yeah. So, this video will not be scripted. So if you hear me stuttering and fucking up, then you'll understand. So yeah. So first off, we're gonna call out the characters that are so obvious to be in a sequel that like you don't even have to think about it. So Crash Bandicoot. This character
has Jack, Sly Cooper, and Tack.
Tack? Really? Fucking Tack?
I remember Tack.
Tack.
Hey, Tack's not whack. So
from the power of Juju. Are you serious?
I remember.
You know what, dude, that's so irrelevant. Just stop talking right now for a bit.
Okay.
Let me continue from where I left off. Anyways, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I was saying Crash Bandicoot has had his ups and downs, and he eventually came to a dead end, and we don't know what's going on. So, he wasn't in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and I'll get to Spyro the Dragon too, no worries. He wasn't in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale because of its uptight publisher, Activision. So, we know Superbot Entertainment tried, we know Sony Santa Monica tried. Omar Kendall clearly stated that Crash Bandicoot would never be DLC, which will be an insult to Crash fans, simply because he built the Sony PlayStation 1. He built that brand. Excuse me, he built that brand. He's the king of that damn console. So, yeah. As far as Crash Bandicoot's moveset, you know what, first off, let me get to the design shit. Because I know there's going to be a lot of comments about his design and whatnot. So, personally, like me as a Crash Bandicoot fan, I don't care what design they go for. I don't care which one they go for. I just want to see him in the game in general because I know that it's still Crash Bandicoot. So, personally, like if you want to know my personal opinions, I want to see him in his Twinsanity render in HD. That would look fucking awesome. But if they want to throw his Titans model, go ahead. Model Mutant model, go ahead. But I think
probably throwing the Titans model actually.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know, yeah, and I know why, because he's more orange. You know, Mono Mutant, he's a little bit, you know, yellow-ish, but it's not bad. But I mean, I see where you're coming from.
I'd say they just like put like one as default, to just make the other ones a character skin unlockables or something.
Yeah, that actually would be cool too.
That way everyone can be happy. Just pick whatever one they want.
Yeah. And maybe it
could be the same for Spyro if he ever gets into the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Skylanders model.
Ew.
Yeah, speaking of Spyro, let's head on to him. Spyro, he suffered the same fate as Crash Bandicoot. However, he actually made it to the PlayStation 3 with The Legend of Spyro: Dawn of the Dragon, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You are correct. It is on the PS3.
Oh, well, yeah, that was on the PlayStation 3. Props for him. But you know, he's been thrown into Skylanders, and you know, he doesn't really have like a main role, you know, as far as in the Skylanders
series. His name is just thrown in there for marketing.
Yeah, most likely, probably, but yeah, but for Spyro, I wasn't really like picky with his designs, to be honest, because the Legend of Spyro models, he actually does look a bit older and cool. But if they even went with his Skylanders design, I still wouldn't care, but I would understand like why people would be very upset, because if you want to compare Crash of the Titans Crash to Skylander, Spyro, oh, we all know which one looks better. So, for me personally, they should go with his Legend of Spyro design, like the Eternal Night design. Or Dawn of the Dragon, but Skylanders, I just don't see what the fuck they will implement with this moveset with that. But as far as Crash Bandicoot's moveset, you know, they could obviously use a square to spin, because you know, it's like you fight in like a 2D type of way, but you know, it's not really, you get what I mean. You fight in a 2D.
Yeah, you can use spin attacks, you can double jump, things like that.
Yeah, use the slide. You know how like Nathan Drake uses like his little, he drops the ceiling on your ass, like Chicken Little, and he drops the sky on people or some shit like that. I don't fucking know, but like when
Crash could use Aku Aku.
Yeah, for his level 3.
Yeah, you just like break open the Aku Aku box and like the invisibility music will start playing, and then, you know, when he runs into people, they die.
Oh yeah.
Of course, the original invisibility music.
Yeah.
Right. But you can also use like right plus circle. You know, the right D-pad stick thingy, along with circle. You can do a slide attack, and then like as the character's in the air, you can like spin at them, like how the tornado spin is. Except like the tornado spin will be used like as a 1-2-3 hit, like 1-2-3 bam, and then the character will go flying. It'd be pretty cool. If it's like his body slam could be circle and down once you're in the air, like Nathan Drake's little ceiling dropping thing, and they'll put the character on the ground, but except Crash won't roll back, he'll just get right back up.
You think the spin attack should have the same sound as the original games?
Man, I mean it's a fucking spin attack sound. I mean, it don't make a difference to me, but yeah, they could use the Naughty Dog one, except, you know, up it up a bit. Same thing goes for the invincibility theme. But we've been talking about Crash for too long. We're done with Spyro as well. So let's head on to
Gekks?
Yeah, Gekks, man. Alright, so nothing's really been happening with Gekks besides the fact that, you know, he could get a new game. I made a video about it, you know, Square Enix allowing developers to make a Gekks game. Stuff. So be sure to check that out whenever, but that's a little irrelevant. So, with Gekks the Gecko, his tail whip attack, no pun intended from Pokemon, his tail whip attack can be used for, with square. And down in square, no, down in circle when he's on the ground can be like when he's on the ground and he's spinning his tail around. I don't know. But they could implement and take some, they could implement like his power-ups into the game that he has in his first game, like the Super Dash. That would be pretty pointless because we already got like the Boots of Hermes or some shit like that in the game, which makes you go faster, so that wouldn't make any sense. But as far as like his level 1 instance, his level 1, it could be a power from Gekks 1. His level 2 could be, I don't know what his level 2 could be, to be honest, because I mean Gekks is not really like one of those very strong characters, but he's a pretty badass character. All I know is that his level 3 can be a mech from the anime channel in Gekks 3 Deep Cover Gecko. So there's really not much to say besides the fact that he could rival up with Lara Croft, but I'm not going to get too much into rivalries here. But if you want to know my thoughts on rivalries, I'm going to just say Crash and Spyro, or Crash and Rayman, or Crash and Knack. I'll get to Knack in a few minutes. And Spyro and, well, Crash, obviously. And the next character we have on our list is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Do any of you know who Ty the Tasmanian Tiger is, or have any type of knowledge on this character?
I know a little bit about him. Like,
I've heard about him through reviews and stuff. I never played the games.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I have the first and the sequel to it. I don't have Ty 3 Night of the Quinkin, but I can tell you right now that he would be a pretty interesting character. For his level 1, like, if you play Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 1, which I'll put, like, on the screen right here, like his Super Bite attack, he'll, like, charge at enemies that's, like, in any type of contact with him. Even if it's, like, 7 enemies on the screen, you know, which is not possible because it's a 4-player brawler, but you get my point. Like, if someone's standing in front of Ty with his level 1, his Super Bite could attack 2 enemies. Like, if 2 enemies was just standing right there. And his level 2 could be one of his boomerangs. I won't say which one because there's a dozen of them. But I do know for his level 3, it could be the Doomerang, which is like the last boomerang you use at the end of Tai 1, where you defeat Boss Cass. It takes things in the first person's perspective. And basically, like, what I think they should do for Tai is use that, like, that one thing where you move the controller around and you can attack enemies on the screen that's trying to run away from it. Sort of like Isaac Clarke's level 3, but, you know, take it in the first person's perspective and not like a, you know, full perspective. But I mean, is there any characters that you two like? Well, Fred, is there any characters that like you think should be in All Stars 2?
Well, not very many, but there's one PlayStation game on the PlayStation 2 that hasn't received a sequel that most likely will not be in the game because it's an underrated game. But it's this game called My Street. It has these hilarious characters, and it'd be funny if they were in the game. But they're not going to be. I know for a fact they're not. The game's owned by Sony and everything, but it's most likely not going to be in the game. A game called My Street. If anyone knows about that game, most likely don't.
So it's one of those situations where you love a franchise dearly, or a series dearly, or a game dearly that was about to become a franchise, but it didn't, and you know, it received poorly reviews and stuff, and it's not that popular.
Yeah, exactly.
But the game is like really good in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's how I feel about Tai and Gekks. But they're pretty well known to this day. There's still people that talk about Gekks, believe it or not.
They're pretty well known compared to My Street.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But enough with that. Deandre, name a character or characters that you think should be in All Stars 2.
Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, Sora. Who can forget about Sora? Go on and explain, please.
Yeah, you could probably just use, you know, like his standard attacks, like his Keyblade and all that stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm not sure what his level supers could be. Like, I'm guessing like for each different super he has, he can use different Disney character summons. And on the third one, he can like summon in Donald and Goofy.
Oh
that's
yeah.
who he rolled with in the game.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty funny. They gotta add a lot of humor twists in the game. That would be pretty funny. But I do know that you could use his Keyblade for so much, like for basically his combat. He uses Keyblade for a lot of things, because you know he barely uses his hands or anything like that. But as far as Sora's rival, I'm really thinking it should be Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy. Even though, the same thing for Crash and Spyro, because you know they team up at the end of both their crossovers. Cloud and Sora team up in Kingdom Hearts 2 to fight Sephiroth along with Tifa Lockhart. They don't hate each other, but it will be a real big ass inconsistency because they never hated each other from the start. And the same exact thing could go for Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon. So I don't know what they could do, but it would make sense in a way for Sora and Cloud to be rivals in the game. It would be interesting, I will say that. And as far as Gekks' rival, yeah, we mentioned Gekks earlier. His rival could be Lara Croft, simply because of the fact that him and Lara Croft are owned by Square Enix, and Square Enix is the parent of Crystal Dynamics, and Crystal Dynamics is the child of Square Enix and stuff. And you know how Tomb Raider / Lara Croft took Gekks to Gecko's fame for like the past decade and years and shit. And Gekks could basically crack humorous jokes on her of how her games are mediocre and whatnot. I'm not saying they are, but you know, blame Gekks for that and shit. That personally, that would just be hilarious because Tomb Raider did take Gekks' fame, and I really feel bad for the little lizard or whatnot. So, oh yeah, there's another character that me and Deandre have been talking about as well, and sometimes I don't like talking about this character because it kind of saddens me a little because the voice actor Phil Hartman passed away in 1998 on May 27th. Can't remember how exactly, but we're talking about Blasto. If anyone knows this character, yeah. So Deandre, go ahead.
Yeah, I remember playing some of Blasto on the PS1 back in the day, which it wasn't The controls were a little messed up, but it was still a pretty alright game. But I think he'd be a pretty cool surprise character to see in All Stars 2.
Yeah, from what I heard, he was originally going to be in there, but since his voice actor, passed, he couldn't work because, judging from the voice clips I heard last night of Blasto, he seems like a really, really, really funny character, and it would add some type of charm to PlayStation All Stars 2, or the first All Stars and whatnot. But the question is, like, who would he rival?
Yeah, I've thought about that, and I'm not really sure. I've been thinking about that for a little bit, but I can't think of anyone that could rival Blasto.
Yeah, it's understandable. Blasto unfortunately never got a sequel as well, sadly. But there's one thing I will say about Blasto. He kind of reminds me of Johnny Bravo, Mr. Incredible, which is the father of the Incredibles family, and Batman. He reminds me of all three of them mixed together for some odd-ass reason. The hair, the mask, I don't know. That's just us. But, enough with Blasto. Abe from Oddworld, from Abe's Odyssey. It was rumored to be that he was supposed to be going against Darts from The Legend of Dragoon. I don't know if that was true or not, but man, I heard Abe got canceled, and I think someone from the people that made the Oddworld games actually confirmed on Twitter that he was a canceled DLC, which I don't know why. I don't know why they canceled these characters, but they didn't cancel Zeus and Isaac Clarke. I just don't understand that. Zeus and Isaac Clarke did terribly compared to Cat and Emmett Graves. So I don't know what the fuck happened, but Dart from The Legend of Dragoon, I hope they make it into, and Abe, I hope both of them make it into the sequel of All Stars. I just really want Santa Monica and whoever else is making the game to make the game right for what it was supposed to be a long time ago, aka 2 years ago. So, is there any other characters that you two have in mind? Because I feel like we're missing 2. No, I think 4.
I'm trying to think right now. I can't think of anything at the moment.
Come on, it was a game you used to play a lot on your Dry Station 4.
You mean Knack?
Yeah, Knack. Who would Knack? What do you think? Cause you played Knack and I haven't. So what do you think, like, his moveset could be in costumes?
His moveset could probably just be the normal moves, like his punch and his kind of homing attack type of thing, and then his specials where he can do make his relics turn into a tornado and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about his level 1 and 2 supers, but maybe his level 3 super can be where he transforms into like Giant Knack, because he gets really big towards the end of the game.
Oh,
he can just stomp on people or something like that.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember that scene. Fred, is there any other characters that you wanted to mention?
Well, I will point out that if Jack does return in the game, he most likely will. He should have Mike Irwin, I believe that's his name, is the original voice actor of Jack. I mean, the Lost Frontier voice actor is just terrible. He doesn't fit his character at all.
Oh, wait, hold up. That was the one that voiced Jack in the first All Stars? Well, you don't know.
Yeah, the Lost Frontier voice actor.
Wow, I ain't even real. Oh, well, no wonder Jack.
Either.
No wonder Jack didn't sound like a jackass, because usually throughout the games he's a real bitch, except for the first game. So I don't know. Like, I realized that too. I was wondering, like, why the fuck he sounds so funny?
I never noticed. I never played Lost Frontier, so I never noticed
Jack sounds normal in that game. He's not supposed to sound normal. He's supposed to have that deep, dark tone.
Yeah. But wait, there was something I forgot to mention. There was something I just had on my mind. Oh yeah, Puppeteer. That Puppeteer, that dude with the golden scissors, and the dude from that little thing. Yeah, and that little thing from Tearaway for the Vita. I think those two would be perfect rivals. I don't have too much history on those games, but I do know that one of them, Tearaway, is a PlayStation Vita exclusive, if I'm correct. I plan on getting it soon. I really want to play it. But do you think
it is Vita exclusive? Yeah.
Oh, well, do you two think like that? There's like like other. Oh, shit, yo, we forgot Rayman. Almost forgot about
And
Rayman.
Mickey Mouse.
Let's pretend we didn't hear that. So, Rayman. Now he's a very simple and basic fighter, not simplistic, not complex, nothing.
Basic ass bitch.
Yeah, if you played Rayman Origins or Rayman Legends, and if you play those games in general, like, you know what they could do with this moveset. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Maybe it's just like how I play Rayman Origins and Legends, but man, the only question I do have is like how would they put him in the game? Because in Origins and Legends he's 2D, but they could easily just use this, use a 3D render. But seeing as how people ain't seen a 3D Rayman game in so long, it would be kind of weird. Maybe they could pull like a Parappa the Rapper type of thing up, but it wouldn't look right. It wouldn't look right at all. So I think they should just put a big 3D model in there. His level 1 can be sort of like not Globox. Globox can be in his level 1, but I was gonna say it could be like Sly Cooper's, like when Murray comes up, like glad I can help, and belly flops on the character. They could do the same thing for Globox, because Globox is a really bouncy and boneless character, I guess you could say. But they don't want you don't want to make I hope they don't make it like too. I don't want them to make it too similar to Sly Cooper's level 1. They could easily just make Globox like fall from the sky or some shit. I don't know. I really don't know. But oh yeah, there's also 2 other characters I almost forgot to mention. Tomba and Klonoa. Now, these 2 platformers are long gone, forgotten. Well, for Tomba, yeah, but for Klonoa, yeah, he's a legend from Namco. He's a pretty legendary platformer from Namco. However, he hasn't been in action since 2008 or 2007. I'm pretty sure it was 2008 on a Wii remake that he had from his PlayStation 1 game. Yes, he had a Wii remake, and we never heard anything about Klonoa 3 or anything about Klonoa in general. He wasn't even in. I think it was a Namco versus, like how Marvel versus Capcom is and stuff. I think there was a Namco type of game, but I don't think Klonoa was in it, or one of them, because I think there's more Namco versus blah 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 games. But yeah, so Klonoa and Tomba, I say they would make perfect rivals, because they both of their games take their gameplay to a 2.5D perspective. If you don't know what that means like the game is not complete. It's not 2D, but it's also not 3D at the same time. It's not fully 2D and it's not fully 3D. It has 3D elements within the game, but it also has 2D elements within the game. It's really fun. If you haven't played Klonoa Door to the Phantomile, or I forgot how you pronounce that game's name, for the PlayStation 1, you are seriously missing out on simply one of the best platformers on the original PlayStation 1. And same for Tomba. The controls could use some improvements, but yeah, we haven't even heard anything about Tomba 3 yet. I heard what was the company that made the game? I forgot the company that made the Tomba games, but they went bankrupt, I believe, and a Tomba 3 was just never announced or anything like that. But there's also another character that we forgot to mention, Croc. Do any of you remember Croc?
Yeah, I remember Croc.
Yeah, he sucks cock.
Anyways, yeah, Croc. I think he would make a perfect rival to Spyro, because they all collect gems and whatnot. Because Spyro the Dragon, and like most majority of the Spyro the Dragon games, you do collect a lot.
Crash also collects gems.
That's not not like Spyro and Croc, yo. Not like those 2. You see, with Crash and Rayman, somehow I just think Crash and Rayman will be better rivals. That's just what I think. Spyro and Croc would be perfect too, but I mean, if people want Crash and Spyro, that's fine. If people want Rayman and whoever the fuck, Rayman should rival oh wait, I'm getting off topic. Back to Croc. I'll get to Rayman later with this rivalry. Croc, I personally think he should, like I said, rival Spyro. I haven't played Croc, but he looks like a very interesting character. I heard there was supposed to be a Croc 3, but that got canceled. I think he was owned by Fox Interactive. I don't know. I can't really remember. Someone correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. But Yeah, so disregarding that, let's head back to Rayman and his rivalry. So, has any of you played Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, I
I've
have.
played Assassin's Creed 2, but I didn't like it. And I never really played any other games except for Brotherhood. I've played Brotherhood, I've rented it, I haven't really played it that much. I'm not really an Assassin's Creed guy.
Oh, well, Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, however you pronounce the company's name, they own both Rayman and the Assassin's Creed series. So, would you think it would be pretty damn funny if Rayman were to rival Altair or Ezio from Assassin's
That'd be
Creed?
cool.
I think that would be pretty funny.
I know.
I just don't know like what the rivalry will be about though. Cause Ubisoft treats they treat Rayman and Assassin's Creed equally. We get Rayman games often and Assassin's Creed games very often. They treat their IPs right, unlike a certain company that just leaves certain IPs just
Naughty Dog.
No. Well, yeah.
Man.
Well, I mean, I didn't really have that in mind. I had another company in mind and shit.
EA.
No.
Division.
If you watch the video, it'll be on the screen. So yeah. I think that's it for this video. We listed as much characters as we could, guys. If there's any characters
I also hope to see Evan Wells. Okay, go on.
Yeah, and I hope to see Kevin Butler. Anyways, if there's any other characters, like I said, we tried to list as many characters as possible that we could. Tried to make this video as, well, I don't know how long this video is actually. It'll still be up in general. It'll still be up, period. So, if there's any characters that we missed in particular that you hoped to see us say, but we didn't say, and just didn't work out, then thanks for watching anyway. If you want more type of collaboration type of videos like this, then just tell me and whatnot. If you have any other characters in mind that you would like to see in the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale sequel, if there's one, just let us know in the comment section below.
Be sure to subscribe to Fred Farmer 7TM and goodbye.
The ending's not here yet, but I was just about to say, the link to Deandre's and Fred's channels will be in the description. Be sure to check them out. Deandre recently just did a video regarding his video game collection from his PlayStation 1 collection and his GameCube collection. So be sure to check that out. It's pretty interesting. And Fred has recently done a video about me being in a fucking flame war, which has been going on for quite some time now, because, you know, some people just can't let go of the past, even though at E3 hasn't even passed by yet, and everything's just been quiet and stuff, and look, it's bullshit, but I don't want to get off topic. This has been Jeremiah Isaiah, StatMac35, and Fred5107TM, and we will talk to you guys later. Say bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.